Here's Jake here with the next episode of Overlooked and Underrated Blasters. This time, featuring a Nerf blaster. You probably didn't expect that, because basically Nerf gets the vast majority of the attention in the hobby, and so how in the world would you have a blaster from the biggest brand be overlooked and underrated? Well, it's because this poor thing doesn't get any attention. Never did. It came out, was kind of pushed to the side, and nobody ever really looked back at it. And of course, what I'm holding and talking about is, well, the Nerf Lawbringer. It's from the Dual Land series, and it gets basically no attention. Its little brother, the Hammer Shot, from the Zombie Strike series, does get a lot of attention. And they both use the same hammer prime mechanism with cylinder feed. But the Hammer Shot, of course, being a pistol that is holsterable, gets a lot of attention. The Lawbringer was kind of an oddity, and that hurt it a bit. At the same time, when it was released, it had a really high retail price. Original retail on it was over $30. I think it was like about $31 or so. And I have my own personal one that I got a discount on through Kmart, where they have all their points rewards program, and I got mine for about, I think, $12 off, and that's why I originally bought that one. And I actually happened to pick this one up secondhand, which is how I would recommend getting these. If you can find a Lawbringer secondhand, then you can get rid of the biggest problem, which I think was the ridiculous price that Nerf threw on these. And I think that killed it from the beginning, and is why it fell off to the side and was never thought of again. But why do I think that the thing was underrated and has been overlooked? I mentioned the price, and I mentioned it's a little odd. Which it is. It's a small, compact rifle, and as you can see, it is fairly compact. It's comfortable, but it is compact. Now, what I think would actually have helped this, not only lowering the retail price, was if they had showcased this thing and how easy it is to use. Everybody can use it, from a small child to an adult who's never picked up a Nerf blaster in their life. All you have to do, pull back the hammer and fire. You load darts in from the front of the cylinder, and this one holds 12 compared to the stock Hammer Shot. This is quite a bit more capacity. Now, of course, now the Hammer Shot being so popular from the Zombie Strike series, you can purchase aftermarket cylinders that have 6, 7, 8, 9, even 10 dart capacity. And I'm mentioning the higher capacities. People like Boom Tendo, who also has his own YouTube channel, he makes cylinders that, I believe it was 10 was the capacity to hold Boomco darts. Now, for still holding standard Nerf darts, you can get the Hammer Shot up to about 8. Well, that doesn't rival the 12 that the Lawbringer holds. So, in that, you've got 12 round capacity, single-handed priming. You just keep priming that. So you can fire 12 shots with one hand, which to me is pretty nice. I have my own personal one that I modified with an orange Modworks spring, removed the air restrictor, and that's all I did. The other thing that I was going to mention that I think hurt the Lawbringer is that it is a Hammer Shot. It's overgrown rifle-sized version of a Hammer Shot, but it still ran the same exact spring, mechanism, internals, all of that from the Hammer Shot. So it put out Hammer Shot level performance, which for all of its popularity, the Hammer Shot is weak. It shoots about around the low 60s. Well, in a rifle-sized package, the low 60s is not good. That's well below average. When you got things like the Busby Thermal Hunter and Abraham's M16 pushing over 80 feet per second stock, well, somebody packing a Lawbringer is, well, outgunned, just to put it simply. But where the Lawbringer has an advantage is you can have this thing preloaded, and the stock actually holds 12 additional. So throw 12 darts here in the stock, throw 12 in the cylinder, like you see mine, put a sling on it, throw it over your back. Well, If you've got a mag that runs dry, you got a jam, stick your primary over off the side, grab your Lawbringer, and at the very least, that makes one solid backup. Now, on my chronograph, I've tested this, and it does get, like I said, in the low 60s. Well, with my simple mods of an Orange ModWorks spring, which I ordered, it was for the hammer shot, and I threw it in my Lawbringer, took the air restrictor out, I was able to push this up and get about another 12 to 15 feet per second out of it. Simple mods, took a very short time, about 30 minutes, and I mean the biggest part of the job is just simply taking the shell apart, because there's a lot of screws in that thing. But I was able to push that up to the upper 70s. And with Busby Precise Pro specifically, it'll hit slightly over 80. We get a really good seal against cylinders like this, and they will get slightly higher feet per second than some of the other darts. But with comparing Nerf Elite style darts to Nerf Elite style darts, low 60s, throw in a nice hammer shot spring and pull out the air restrictor, and all of a sudden you can push up to the upper 70s and touch 80. So again, I gained about 12 to 15 feet per second. Made it a respectable backup, which is what I think this should be. Grab it, use it as a loaner, because you can hand this off to anyone and everyone and they can use it, and that's the strength of it. Or do what I did, modify it slightly, get to where you can have it as a backup over your shoulder. And in that role, I think more people should take a look at a Lawbringer. I only paid $3 for the second one here, and if you can find them secondhand, I definitely think it deserves a spot in your arsenal. But this is Mongoose Jake, talking about the Nerf Lawbringer and how I believe it does earn a spot on the list of overlooked and underrated blasters. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks again for watching.